Uh, Another good day, really physical. Our twos and threes got a lot of work. Our ones, we held some key guys to a rep count of, some guys were at 10, some guys were at 20, some guys 25-ish, but most of the second half of the scrimmage was a lot of twos and threes. Offense won the scrimmage. It was close, but we had too many penalties. We got to get some stuff cleaned up. We got to play the ball better in the air. I think we had 2 pass interference calls and 3 or 4 offsides that we got to get cleaned up. But the good news is we have 2 weeks to do it, and we'll practice in helmets tomorrow, and Tuesday we'll introduce scout team and start preparing to win a game. Questions?
Any injuries, Coach?
Minor. DeMarvion Overshawn had a neck strain that they're precautionary going to take images of, and then Braden Liebrock twisted his knee, but it's pretty stable.
Anyone stand out on a positive note today?
I think our young linebackers are getting better. Juwan Mitchell and Marcus Tillman. They show up. I feel good about their progress. Other than that, I got to watch the film to really know.
On injuries, how would you say Shaq, Keontae, and Caden?
All on track. Really,
on track.
really good.
Okay.
Caden's probably the fastest. If everything goes great, maybe by the end of this week. Those other 2 guys are expected again if everything goes to plan the Tuesday of game week.
Did Jordan Whittington get the most of the one rep work today, Coach?
He was on a rep count as well, so he did until we pulled him. Yeah.
Okay, so there was Whittington, Daniel Young, and then who else would you?
Jarrett Smith and Mason Ramirez. We moved Mason from safety to tailback and he's doing a good job, doing a really good job.
How have you, excuse me, Coach, how have you liked these guys' sense of urgency to make that impression, to improve their depth chart status, Coach, and show you what they got?
Yeah, I think, other than the day after our first day in pads, I think our intensity level has been great. Not good, but great. And I think our coaches have done a good job of, because that's as much a mentality as it is anything else. Everybody in the country is on practice 14, and it's Groundhog Day, and you can get bored with doing the same things over and over again. But these guys, they come to work with an intensity, and we definitely, as a staff, have noticed that.
Who opened it first team corner?
It was Jalen Green and Kobe Boyce.
How are they performing? Obviously, they did something right to be the first team corner.
Yeah, I mean, you got to jog. You can't jog 4 of them out there. So, it's still a battle. Probably going to be a battle through next week, I would imagine.
2 weeks left. Do you have any major concerns on your bucket list, or any things that jumps out at you?
Just the running back health, is we got to make a decision, early this week, whether we believe that Keontae is going to be back. We feel like if Keontae's back, with him, Jordan, and Daniel, that's a pretty good, threesome, and you can survive. But if not, we might need to, teach Jake Smith a couple plays here and there, or something to get you out of a game if a bomb blew up.
So that would be break glass in case of emergency.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
How would you say Sam has responded this camp to maybe not being in a quarterback competition for the first time he's been here? Has it just been him motivating himself, or how
I mean, that guy wakes up competing, so I don't. He's got 2 speeds, off and full, and he's usually full. So I haven't noticed any difference in him, other than a continued development.
This is typically the scrimmage where you tell the guys, okay, we're going to start forming the depth chart and scheming for opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have the answers you need at every position, or are there a couple where you need more?
Yeah, I think corner, we're not going to make a decision until probably game week. Who the 5-0 linemen that are going to jog out with the first team will probably, one, Shaq's health will be a part of that, and then two, if Shaq is healthy as we plan on it, then which one of those 5 guys remaining. Other than that, I think it's a matter of defensively, what does Louisiana Tech do offense, and how can we get the best players on the field to stop what they do.
Tom, the other day Malcolm kind of mentioned that Colin, challenged him, and Brennan said to them, "Yeah, you could be better than me." Have you seen them kind of embrace that, accept that challenge that he kind of issued to those guys?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but it's a pretty cool thing to have one of your leaders say and encourage them, but also challenge them. That I think Colin, unbelievable work ethic, and kind of a self-made guy. He's these last 3 years with Coach Maringer have been remarkable to see his development, and I think that's probably what he means is, hey, I have some really really good genetics, but you guys maybe even more genetically inclined to be great than even I was, and I think it's him telling him, hey, work like me and you can be better than me.
How would you
Colin, have
rate?
you sort of noticed that he's, I guess, just his demeanor has changed, that he's taken on more? It seems like he's more comfortable in that.
Yeah, really proud of him. He's a guy that's been a lead by example guy, and I think he's never going to be, I shouldn't say never, but he rarely is the rah-rah guy at practice, but he does a lot of his stuff, his leading one-on-one and on a personal level.
How would you rate Dicker and Buchevsky so far?
On a scale of what to what?
1 to 5.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. They are, I think our kicker's pretty dang good. I'm not afraid to say that. It's a luxury, because it's rare to find one that's that talented, but yet mentally in a really, really good place. And then, yeah, our punters have gotten a lot more consistent.
As you start to shift towards, preparing for the season opener, did you see everything that you hoped to see during this training camp?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you always, you want to see those newcomers who have never practiced with us embrace the way that we practice, and those guys have done so. They've needed a little prodding from time to time, but I think they are fully aware. And then, just the amount of reps for the guys on defense. Some of those new guys, it was good to get them as many reps as possible.
You got a lot of defensive players back with experience, not all starters, as you know. But who do you have there for playmakers? What do you think?
Oh, I think they all have that ability. Obviously, Caden comes to mind. He's always around the ball. Brandon Jones is, as good of an open field tackler as I've been around. I think Malcolm is pretty disruptive up front too.
Coach,
How did you?
Coach, can you just comment on the record ticket sales going on and how much this team's garnering such tremendous fan support?
Yeah, that's. I want to thank them for believing in us and what we've got going and where we're headed. I think it's also a testament to Chris Delcani and his crew for making game days an experience around here, an all-day event that that people want to come be a part of.
Like you said, but freshman-wise, maybe Jake Smith and Jordan Whittington would be playing. Have any other freshmen emerged last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of Marcus Tillman on special teams early. I'm racking my brain. Tavondre Sweat will play early. Trying to go position by position here in my head. Jawan Mitchell will play. And then we got Tyler Owens and Chris Adamora are really talented guys that could probably add a lot of value on special teams this year. We just got to figure out, if we need them for the full season or just 4 games.
Changing your redshirt strategy at all, or have you had a year to work with that?
No. We're, again, if we recruited at the rate that we all believe that we have, skill guys and mid-skill guys. If you're not a lineman or a quarterback, you should probably play as a true freshman, at least on special teams, and be fighting to get in on offense or defense.
So you don't know if you play your first 4 games, middle, late?
No, there will always be the special circumstance, like John Bird, for instance, last year. Keandre Coburn, was still nursing the kidney thing early. So if you haven't played them, in the first 3 or 4 games, then the decision becomes a little bit more urgent.
Were the guys you had on like a 10-play rep count today, like veterans what to expect out of?
Yeah, and guys were, if we get another one dinged up, we're going to be, in trouble from a depth standpoint.
What do you make of the recruiting momentum y'all have rolling right now? I mean, I don't want to say it looks like it's staggered stage to generate momentum, but that's what it looks like to an outside observer, that y'all have gotten kids and y'all are parceling them out.
Not on purpose, I can tell you that.
Not on purpose?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm pleased. Our coaches are doing an unbelievable job recruiting. I think our recruiting department is as good as there is in the country, led by Derek Chang. And then, we're selling a great product. We're selling, the ability to get a world-class education, compete for championships, be developed, and lay some roots down in the city of Austin.
Tom, you mentioned Tavondre a minute ago, the back, the 2s and 3s on the D-line. Have any of those guys kind of asserted themselves as guys that have earned the right to play new?
Oh, yeah. You can't play those big guys 80 plays a game. They'll wear down.
I guess I should rephrase this. Have any of those guys really stood out throughout the year?
Tavondre was a pleasant surprise. Morrow has taken to the nose position really well. And then, Bimage is solid. He's having a really good camp.
Coach, we got to talk to Daniel Young the other day, and I don't know if you heard his comments, but he said he wasn't worried about playing time. He's here to play. How is that attitude and spirit reflective of your culture, and how can guys learn from that type of
Yeah, I thought it was a really grown-up, mature thing to say. And he believes it. That's not coach speak being fed through a player. That's something that Danny believes, that a lot of guys believe, that you go out there and work really hard and you do what your coaches tell you to do, and you serve the team in whatever capacity the coaching staff feels that you need to serve the team.
Any turnover?